On a night when thunder rolled across the sky and rain battered the old clay roof, Arun sat hunched in the dim glow of his workshop. All around him lay the broken pieces of his life's work, pots shattered, dreams scattered like dust on the floor. Each drop of rain outside seemed to echo the ache inside his chest, a steady reminder of all he had lost. "How much more can I bear?" he whispered, his voice barely rising above the storm. In that lonely hour, it felt as if hope itself had abandoned him. Yet, hidden in the darkness, a quiet turning point waited, one that would arrive from a place Arun never thought to look. In the heart of a small, sun-warmed village, Arun was a gentle presence, known for the kindness in his eyes and the skill in his hands. His pottery was not just a trade, but a gift, each bowl and vase shaped with care, each piece carrying a touch of his quiet spirit. The village itself was a tapestry of mud brick homes, winding paths, and fields that shimmered gold at sunset. Birds sang from the trees, and children's laughter often drifted through the air. Especially near Arun's workshop, where they watched him spin clay into art, life moved slowly here, and though Arun's pockets were never full, his heart found contentment in simple joys, the glow of the kiln, the pride in his parents' eyes, the gratitude of neighbors. Yet, beneath his calm, Arun nursed silent worries. His parents grew older, his pots sold less at the market, and the cracks in his kiln deepened with each firing. Still, he clung to hope, trusting that steady hands and a faithful heart would carry him through whatever storms might come. Then, one grey morning, Arun's world changed in a single, shattering moment. The old kiln, his faithful companion through countless seasons, gave way with a groan and a crash, collapsing into a pile of broken bricks and cold ash. His latest pots, days of careful work, were lost beneath the rubble. The clay he had bought with his last coins was ruined, and with it, his hope for the coming month. Outside, the rain fell without mercy, turning the earth to mud and making any thought of rebuilding seem impossible. As the days dragged on, Arun's debts grew heavier, and the village, once so warm, seemed to turn away. Friends who had shared tea and laughter now passed by in silence, and even his parents' faces grew shadowed with worry. Arun felt himself shrinking under the weight of disappointment, his heart aching with questions he could not answer. Was he truly meant for this life? Had he failed not just himself, but everyone he loved? Each night, he lay awake, replaying every misstep, every lost chance, wondering if this was truly the end of his dreams, or if some small hope still waited. Hidden in the darkness as dusk settled and the world grew quiet, Arun sat alone beside the ruins of his kiln, his spirit as broken as the bricks at his feet. The air was thick with the scent of wet earth and sorrow. Just then, the gentle shuffle of footsteps approached, and Amma, the village storyteller, appeared at his side. Her eyes, deep with years and kindness, studied Arun's downcast face. Without a word, she settled beside him, her presence a balm against the ache of loneliness. After a moment, she spoke softly. "Arun, have you ever heard the story of the bamboo and the storm?" Arun shook his head, curiosity flickering through his sadness. Amma's voice was steady, soothing. "When the wildest storms come, the bamboo bends low, almost to the ground. But it never breaks. It survives not because it is the strongest, but because it knows how to yield and rise again." She reached into her bag and placed a small, cracked pot in Arun's hands, a pot he had made long ago, which she had cherished. "See this. It's imperfect, yet it holds water. Sometimes, what we call broken is simply waiting for a new purpose." Her words lingered, gentle and true. "When everything goes wrong, remember, the story isn't over yet." The next morning, with Amma's words echoing in his heart, Arun rose before the sun. He looked at the broken bricks not as a symbol of defeat, but as the first pieces of something new. With trembling hands, he began to clear the debris, stacking what could be saved. This time, he did not work alone. Neighbors, moved by his quiet courage, came to help, some bringing tools, others simply offering their company. Together, they rebuilt the kiln, brick by careful brick. Progress was slow, but every small step felt like a triumph over despair. With leftover clay, Arun shaped simple cups and bowls, giving them freely to those who had helped. The villagers, touched by his generosity and spirit, began to see his story as their own. Word of Aaron's resilience spread, and soon people visited not just for his pottery, but to hear how he had found hope in hardship. Each act of kindness, each pot shaped with new purpose, lightened the burden in Aaron's heart. He understood now that failure was not the end, but a gentle invitation to begin again with deeper wisdom, greater humility, and a gratitude that made every day feel like a gift. Seasons changed, and with patient effort, Aaron's kiln rose again, stronger, steadier, and filled with the warmth of many hands. His new pottery, shaped by hardship and hope, glowed with a beauty that drew admiration from every corner of the village. Where once there had been silence and pity, now there was laughter, pride, and gentle respect. Arun realized that true strength was never about avoiding failure, but about finding the courage to stand up after each fall. Amma's words echoed in his mind. The story isn't over. He saw now that every setback had been a lesson, every storm a chance to grow. The rain that once washed away his work had, in time, nourished the seeds of something greater. Aaron's journey became a quiet beacon for others, a living reminder that even when everything seems lost, hope can be rebuilt, one small act, one new day at a time. His story whispered to all who listened, when everything goes wrong, it is not the end, but the beginning of a new chapter. So, when the storms of life leave you feeling broken and alone, let Aaron's journey and the wisdom of the bamboo stay with you. Remember, it is not weakness to bend. It is the secret to surviving the fiercest winds. Every ending you face may quietly hold the promise of a new beginning. Even the darkest night, heavy with sorrow, can give way to a dawn filled with hope. Never let despair convince you that your story is finished. Hold on, for the next chapter may bring a light you never dreamed possible. If only you refuse to give up.